discretion is advised.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling Podcast After Dark. I know I say this every time, but I'm like really excited. We were just talking before we started recording about the first time I ever saw this person. We went to the Mecca for the first time, and if you're not new here, you know Xavier and I are such huge fans of the Mecca. We love the community there. But the first time we went to the Mecca and I saw this person walking around, I was like, that person's important. That person means a lot to a lot of people. Like you can just tell energetically that's big dog. Like that's somebody that means a lot to a lot of people. He's got his hands in things and they're beautiful golden hands with the Midas touch. Like I was like, there's something about this guy. And then when I figured out who this person was, I was like, well, there you go. Respect the craft wrestling. Oh my God, respect wrestling. Like there are just so many things here, and I'm so excited to have this conversation. Everyone, please welcome to the show the Ray Sanchez of Respect Wrestling, of Respect the Craft Pod. Oh my God, hi
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you so much for that intro.
Oh.
I don't know how important I am.
Ray. You're important to
I'm,
me, so if that means anything.
I'm like, I'm wondering now what event that was. That it's like, I probably was trying to make sure something was done.
Probably. I'm assuming, I think you were also on commentary. Oh, yes, because he's also very renowned in the circle of one of the best commentators, in my opinion. And you can all step to me if you wish. I got receipts.
So
Okay,
good.
period. Yeah, like I'm trying to remember what show it was too. I don't
I think it was
remember.
a shadow show. I think it might have
Oh
been
yeah, I think
Saba
it was the Shadow
Vigante
Show.
or the one before that.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It had to be. Yeah, I was on commentary for that, and that show. Yeah, I definitely was running around doing a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, because we were trying to make sure just things were done. There's a lot that goes into producing a show that it's like
Yeah.
it has to make sure.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, and you now you're doing all the things, and we're gonna get into it because you have a really incredible show coming up on November 14th. You guys get your tickets. It's No Escape at the Mecca, Ridgefield Park. Bell is at 8, doors are at 7. And we'll obviously say that again probably several times because y'all need to come because we're gonna be there. I'm bringing friends. I'm telling everybody. I'm so excited. But
Hmm.
before we get into that, I'm so curious because I really just want to know about you. Like I'm so genuinely curious about you. We were watching some of your interviews today. But I just want to know, because you are so young. Did you turn 27 on July
I did.
19th?
Yep.
Okay. Well, happy belated
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you.
And what a great time to have your inaugural show. That's so amazing on your birthday.
It was kind of the point of it. The first
Love that.
Yeah.
that was the original idea, and that was gonna be it. It was just
Wow.
because my birthday was that Monday. It's the 21st.
Oh, okay.
It was like, let's do a birthday show, throw my own party in a sense, and then that's
Love
Right.
it.
it.
And then I have this ADHD brain of mine that started going, well, what if we do this, and then I'm now booking 3 shows later.
Love that.
Wow.
The second show's out. That's November 14th, but then something else is cooking already.
Oh
So
Love
my
that.
God. Thank God. He's got all the pots on the skillets
No
and
one,
on the
100%.
burners.
They're
But
all full. They're all ready to
they're all
go.
going. I have so many questions about that. But before we get into that, I want to know like how did Ray get into wrestling? How does wrestling enter your life?
the long story or just getting into the
Oh,
business?
what we can be here all night, girl. I have nowhere to be but with you. So you set the tone. I'll be here.
So I'll try to sum it up a bit because it starts a 3-year-old Ray watching wrestling in this very apartment on
Mm.
not this same couch, but it was the same position.
Hmm.
But watching wrestling with my parents, watching wrestling with my family, watching wrestling, it would be if it's WWE at the time on the main nights, if not every Saturday on in Spanish, watching it on Telemundo like everyone else was at certain
Mhm.
points. And then just falling in love with it, falling in love with the presentation of it, falling in love with just what it was, and figuring out later on just how more and more, oh man, I really want to do this. And I remember, I think I was 7 or 8 when I'm like, I want to be a wrestler.
I
As
love
years go
that.
by, it's one of those where I still had the love for wrestling, but I started to realize maybe being a wrestler that's not the goal. Maybe let's do something else. Uh, till 2015. Fortunately, last year of high school, about to be a senior, everything like that. Unfortunately, during that summer, I lose my dad.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
Oh, it's all good. But with that, again, my dad was someone that got me so close into wrestling, and it was almost poetic that during just that whole time and trying to grieve and everything, I
Mm.
find a school that was at one of the, I think it was WinterCon, yeah, WinterCon that year,
Mm.
and I run into the team at SRG that were promoting House of Glory's upcoming event at the time that was Civil War. I
Mm.
find out, oh yeah, we do shows, we have a school. I come to the show, and then I'm like, wait, so there is a wrestling school, and it's not
Mm.
far from me. Okay. Start getting connected with them. Long story short, from there, a few months later, once I was 18, decided to join the school. And that was my first I guess, into the business. And then
Wow.
finding out just again different paths of everything, how it could work out, from being a student for a while, then going into more of a backstage role in multiple companies, and then that unfortunate thing that happened in 2020 happened. So it doesn't get demonetized or anything like that. I won't mention by name what it was. Again, just the podcast mind comes in my head, so I'm like, let's not say certain words.
Certain buzzwords.
But and when that happened, I still wanted to do something. Fortunately, again, wrestling wasn't doing as much, and I was so involved with multiple companies and multiple heads at that. I wanted to do something to be able to still market people and promote people. And I started doing a podcast. The original one that I did was called the Laws Roundtable. Wasn't the best
Mm.
format. It was one of those I just was trying something. As we got closer to 2021, around there, talking with a few friends that might be a part of the roster now to respect. I don't know.
Mm.
What can I do? Like, I want to do an actual podcast, make it better, get all the stuff that I need. And the name Respect the Craft became a thing.
Wow.
And then that just took on a life of its own, being able to promote events. That actually is what connected me to do commentary because of the voice that I was able to find doing podcasting and doing all this.
Oh,
It gave a lot
wow.
of promotions wanting to, oh, let's do this. Like, you promoted the show, you know the storylines, you know this, come do it on her actual broadcast.
Wow.
And that just it took its own life. Like, it took from doing commentary, doing that, and then just getting the connections and making some amazing opportunities happen, and just 300 and something episodes now.
Oh,
And
Yeah, it's a
amen.
lot. It's amazing. I
it's
didn't I did not know that you did the podcast and then got into commentary. I
uh,
think that's so amazing.
so I was the funny thing was that was one of the only things I hadn't done yet. Like, I was around
Oh, okay.
doing, again, like training for a bed, then taking a social media route backstage,
Mm.
helping produce, helping do even record some things, record one show that I give it to any photographer or videographer. Just I suck with a camera. I can be in front of one. But again, shout out to amazing guys like Danny Darko, GPW Productions. What they do it amazing.
Mhm.
But I had done everything like that. And then getting into commentary, I found, oh, I have a love for that now. And it kept proving to me, okay, so I don't need to be in the ring to still be involved somehow.
What about commentary? Did you like that made you fall in love with it?
So it's adding to the story. Like,
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of storytelling in wrestling and helping paint the picture. Because to me, that's the biggest part of this, is just painting that picture for the audience, painting that picture for those at home. So we really give you the full presentation of what wrestling can be. So
Mm.
doing commentary, I've always been one of those that I want to add on to what's being done. I'd never want to take away from it or just be over. I'm never a character on commentary. I like to add to it where, again, I'm making sure you just fill in the gaps, because that's always what commentary to me feels like it should be.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny because I really feel like you respect the craft is like the perfect
Hmm.
name for you because I really like not to be like on the nose about it, but like you really do. Like when I was listening to you talk in other interviews and even just now, it's like I was like, again, I know he's big dog because he's name dropping. He knows like all his people. Like he has, you know what I mean? Like I was like, this is someone who really does like you feel the love like when you talk about it. And that's like one of my favorite things about like people in the wrestling businesses, they're so passionate and like you are definitely not lacking in passion. I like the respect the craft is such a perfect name for you. And oh, I lost my train of thought, but I was just like, wow, I mean, like just everything you have like this whole story. And I feel like you're also like kind of a sign follower, which I am too. Like I love that. Like you'll be like, well, the school is close to me, like the like things kind of happen. And then I think that you said something about when you did wanted to start the promotion, you were because you were also a fan of Paul Heyman, I believe, like the Paul Heyman School of the Hall of Fame speech. And you said something about like how he had said the word respect, and you were like, I don't know, like maybe that's my sign.
it, it's always been that way. Like there's little things, like again, not to go too deep, but it's one of those where just everything I feel like connects somehow. Like even
Yeah.
again to even like I said, the time of finding all this and again still grieving my father's death and everything. The school was maybe 20, not even, maybe 15 minutes away from the cemetery that my dad was
Mm.
buried. So
Wow.
it's one of those where again everything just connected.
Hmm.
And it was just one of those where I guess if there was any better time, why not now? And even the speech, that was one of those where it really connected. Why not finally do this? Like even the
Yeah.
video when we fully promoted what respect was going to be, it was one of those of just the way he spoke and even his mentality on promoting. I really
Hmm.
part that I'm like, this is the way I've tried to create my own booking style. And just seeing like from his era of wrestling to the era he inspired with Ring of Honor to what I've tried
Hmm.
to respect. So
Yeah. I love that because we were joking before we hopped on because we were just like talking and I had mentioned that you had mentioned Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech and we are like I'm a huge Paul Heyman fan. I was him for Halloween this year actually. And I was saying it was cracking me up though because when I think it was your Ringville interview, shout out to KHS always. But you were like, let me look in this camera right now and just say everyone is getting paid at my the
oh,
promotion. Everyone's getting paid. I don't want to like I hate that I have to say that, but I'm just gonna say it. It costs a pretty penny, but everyone's getting paid and it's good. That cracked me up. I was like,
I
Paul Heyman's school to a level.
so I had to do that because again, no slight to Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
joke is out there. Unfortunately, some checks bounced. However, when it came to this, and just unfortunately the stigma independent wrestling has that sometimes it's
Yeah.
very, oh brother Ray and this and that. It's one of those where I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like it's one of those
Mm,
I have that respect for what the performers do. I've seen just what they've gone through and what can happen in this business. Again, if we're able to agree on a rate, that's the rate you're getting. Like I want to make sure everyone's taken care of. You never know what could happen. And also they're putting their bodies on the line. Again, this isn't something where it's like, oh yeah, they're just doing this. No, it's one of those where I made sure camera right there everyone's getting paid as they on that day. And again, there's a whole book that I made
yeah.
sure everyone signed that proved, hey, you got paid what we agreed on, and there you go. And the same will be
Wow.
happening on November 14th.
Wow. You have like, are you like an organized person like in life? Like just generally like kind of like a type A? Like, because it's not like I can't explain. It's not like necessarily giving type A, but it gives like a certain level of like structure that is very inspiring to me. I'm kind of asking selfishly.
No, it's all good. It's because of at the same time, like I said, I took the break from wanting to be in wrestling because I found
Mm.
for law. So I went to law school for a while. I also worked under uh,
Oh.
the district attorney at the time, and I just grew a passion for being very organized and very just making sure everything was done to a certain degree. And it transcended into wrestling. Like even when it comes to the marketing, there's a method to the madness and a method to, I want it done at this time, this time, this time, this time. And everything is just like the only thing that now, when it comes to running shows, the only thing I can't control is how long are we going here, even though you're supposed to. Uh, and
Yes.
that still bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah,
Heard.
But everything
I
else,
could see
I try
that.
to make sure we're very organized.
Yeah, it shows.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm
Were you
curious
gonna
as
say
to how
something? I'm
you,
sorry.
no, yeah, I'm curious as to, like, if we'll back up a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
You're you have the podcast, you're like going through all these people, making all these connections, doing, hands in all these like different places. Like, how do you go, okay, I want to try being the pencil. How did you get into that one?
Mm,
That one takes a little bit because of it's not the easiest decision to make
Right.
because of
hmm
logistics that go into it. And
There's like always a level of like being people's like quote unquote boss that's never fun, or being the boss, or being the the person that is inevitably like where the fingers go. Um,
like I said,
so
like when we started this, I wasn't joking. I'm like, I don't know how important I am, but I guess uh like it's still one of those where it's a position that I'm still getting used to.
mhm.
Mm.
Even at my first show, it's one of those where I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I'm the boss, I guess. Oh, I got to do my own meeting now. Oh, this is weird. Um, but when it came to transitioning from the podcast to that, it took um creating dream match scenarios. When I would do the
Mm.
podcast, certain episodes, I would like to ask, hey, who are some people you want to wrestle, or who are some people you just haven't had a shot to wrestle yet? And because I love doing graphic design and doing everything like that, I started making these matches just into graphics. And then for a while, when I wouldn't do episodes or anything like that, I would do makeshift cards and just create
Mm.
various matches that I would book if I were a booker at the time. And someone asked me, hey, bro, how do I get on the show? I'm like, you mean the podcast? Like, we could set it up. No, no, no. I meant like the show you booked. I'm like, oh, bro, that's a fake card. Like,
Oh
I
my
paid,
God.
it's fake. He's like, oh, okay. Well, you ever need? I'm like, cool.
Noted.
Um, okay, let's start thinking about this.
Wow.
And it took a good few years just to really figure out, can this be done? Talking to a few very close friends. And then one day I'm just like, what if I did run it? Who would you want to wrestle? Who would this and this? And started getting ideas in my head. And everything was finally put together by the time I announced it last December.
Wow.
So
That is so crazy. And I feel like there's so many obviously moving parts to it because like there's also especially like we talk about this a lot especially when we talk to people in the independents where it's like now it's like we're not just booking a venue and getting the talent, which is in and of itself huge because it's scheduling, it's like who can do what, who will fit with who, like, but it's also now it's social media, it's live streaming the show, it's getting like
There's
there
also the logistics of like starting a company,
us
like
just starting a company,
you
like,
know what I
oh
mean? Like
my
there's
God,
paperwork and
oh,
wait times and all that nonsense involved in that too. Like just
trademarking,
to be like,
like,
hi, I'm a business with a name. Like,
girl,
you
they don't
know?
talk about trademarking. Let me tell you how trademarking is such a bitch.
oh, it's one of those where luckily some of it I'd already done for the podcast, especially with
Hmm.
Yeah.
to a certain degree. Like once we're talking to people like a Sammy Callahan, and then we're trying to get Leo Rush on, and then Alex Shelley and all that. And it's more of okay. And then I have conversations with a Sammy Callahan who tells me, start doing this. Because you're talking to the right people and you're gonna need to do this eventually. I'm like, okay. Especially once TNA started knocking on the door, that's like, oh,
Wow.
okay, now we have to have this to be able to show, hey, this is the portfolio, this is what we've done, and this is the steps we've already taken to make this into something bigger than what it is. And then I'm like, okay, so I've already done those steps for the podcast. Now let's do it for a company because if this becomes more than just a one off, we need to do that paperwork. And luckily I did because Now we're on show two, and like I said, show three is already in the works. We're just waiting for some graphics to be done so we can fully announce when that actually will be.
And that's like crazy. And I'm so curious because I work at my family small business and I know how like when you have such a vision in your head, like and you try and make those visions come to life with people who like can't read your mind. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I can see it so clearly in my mind's eye and I like just need everyone to like try without like influencing who they are as well. Like it's kind of hard to like make those things all come together. And you had kind of said in an interview like I know what the voice of I think you used the word voice like of the show is kind of going to be and it's like kind of bringing people together especially as a commentator like finding commentators that kind of bring together the vibe of the show.
Yeah. It,
That is really like intense. And I love that though because to me again it's like it exemplifies how passionate you are because you have like such an idea of like what I keep doing like this like what
no,
like
it's okay. Trust
the
me.
aura of the show is going to be. And I just think that's really interesting especially picking like the commentators talent like graphics even like that's like a very involved process but again I feel like because you seem like you're the kind of person who you like have a guy for that like you have like friends who are like oh yeah like I know this person I know that person.
So I luckily do, but at the same time, it's still figuring out who understands what I mean. So when it
Okay.
came to graphics, again, I've been lucky to work with a lot of amazing graphic designers, but when it came to this, there was only one person that fully understood. Like even
Yeah.
we've done three sets technically of graphics now, and he gets it to a team that's Bradley Garzone, who's been the amazing graphic designer that's created the logo that you now see for Respect.
Yeah.
The logo you see on the championships that we've made on every single poster, match announcement, all that, it's been through him. And it all started with just one conversation. Um,
Wow.
Respect, the vision for it is this. This is how I want it to feel. And he tells me, okay, send me a music playlist
Oh,
of
I
think
love that.
Love that.
this feels. And I'm like, okay, give me an hour. I put together a nice playlist. I send it to him. Okay, give me a few to create you like a mood board of what it looks like. I'm like, okay. Sends it to me that night. And I'm like, oh, he understood immediately. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, he sends me, hey, this is the template to announce. I'm like, okay, this is real. Like
Oh, I love that.
Damn.
that's been my reaction every time. Like, oh,
Wow.
this is a real graphic. And I forget, oh wait, yeah, this is my show.
Oh, because
Like,
I see them like come through and they look amazing. They look
Amazing.
like pay-per-view, like cable pay-per-view ready. Like if you were gonna like throw that on HBO, like nobody would bat an eye. You know what I mean?
T.
and
That's
that's and
true.
that's what we've tried every time we do this. Like we to the point now that I'm scheduling meetings with him every other week. We're trying to, okay, any notes for this or what should we do for the next one and how are we upgrading the visual of it and how to make the logo stand out where everything doesn't look the same. No poster we've made has a similar style to it. Everything
Mm.
different. We try to make it very methodical where we go with the time, just like any other TV company would do. And it's one of those where we try to be at that standard of it just to separate us, even though we're starting out and we're newer indie, we want to be at that level of this is right there, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to bring it if it was already brought. You know
Right.
what I
Hitting the
mean?
ground running.
We're trying, and it's one of those where luckily again, the connections that I've made and all that, I was able to start at a level that was different than most when they start out their company. But it's still proving that hey, we are there. We are where we need to be, and it's just gonna grow from there.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
That is amazing.
I want to ask about your inaugural champions because we had the
Yes.
pleasure of interviewing Sammy Chaos.
Love her.
Just kind of your working relationship with them, like your backstory with them, just um Yeah, just to kind of bring us up to speed on that and
Oh
why
yeah.
they are the inaugural champions.
Yes. So my inaugural respect heavyweight champion, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone. My inaugural respect women's champion, the Harvester of Sorrows. Currently in Japan, Sammy
I
K.
know.
Amazing.
Like
So
So
those
proud.
man, the amount of tears I've left out because of this.
Ugh.
Um,
mm,
but the those two are not only again just amazing friends that I happen to also have outside of the business, but are just two of the best performers I know. And
yeah.
that's one of the most difficult decisions when doing this, because that unfortunately also plays a factor in this. And that's something I've not hidden how difficult it is to when you're booking your own promotion now and you have the pencil of
Yeah.
one assuming, oh yeah, he's going to book his friends and do this. I've said it time and time again, and I'll continue to say it because it's true. My friends know what they're supposed to do in there.
Mhm.
They're
Mm,
facing the best out there. Anthony Gangone, my current heavyweight champion, has faced the likes of Cody Rhodes, Swerve Strickland. He's faced a who's who of people that have been on TV and at that level
Mhm.
and have shown why. He has a win over the current WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes.
Right.
yeah.
Like,
So crazy. He's
it's one of those
incredible.
where it's the reason why, again, he's faced Bear Bronson in that ring. He's going to be facing Kevin Blackwood
Mhm.
this November the 14th. He'll be facing can't give that away. Uh, but again, we got to tease, but it's like
Yeah, you got it.
there's bigger things coming and things that
Mhm.
then what but that also if he walks away champion. If not, we will see. But there's things like that. When it comes to Sammy, she is again just on another level and so young in the business still. And it's scary because I continue to tell her she's evolving every time I see her.
Yeah.
Even this Japan trip, like getting to talk to her and getting to see just the work she's putting in the ring and outside of the ring. Like that's something that both of these two have that it truly embodies what respect is. That's one of the things like you mentioned earlier how I looked at this of who has that voice or that vision for what this company.
Hmm.
Those were two of the first that I knew had to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that match with Gabby Forza. I'm a big like wrestling open fan. I love the stuff that they're doing down like great stuff. So she's heavily featured over there. So like that and knowing that it was like you were able to kind of have a culminating kind of match from a trilogy, have it be this inaugural championship match. That's just that goes in like when you're talking about like the storytelling and wrestling, you're able to kind of like pull from that and then how like fortuitous that like that was able to like come to.
That again, it's taking a now what do we do and
Hmm.
making it just a huge moment
Right.
because
Mm,
uh it was originally scheduled. The whole card was supposed to be first time ever. Every match, like
ooh.
really wanted to kick this off with just something different.
Yeah.
Really wanted to show where my mindset was with everything. And when I announced the match, it technically was a first time ever.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Drew and Beyond and Wrestle Open and what they've been doing. Again, it's a great match. I knew the pairing would be something, and again, they were lucky to do it first. But then also shout out to Focus Pro and what they're doing in the mass area as well. That they've been killing it. They decided, hey, we also want to run the match. Cool. And again, any other promoter could be like, oh man, I announced the match first, and they're doing it now. It just
Yeah.
what's the point? And to me, I'm like, well, it kind of works out. Let's call it a trilogy. Let's see what happens. And by the powers that be, it worked out where by the time we got to respect, it's one apiece.
Wow.
Kind of have something glooming, kind of have something in the works. Let's see if it all works out that we can make this just truly special. And I kept teasing it when I did the Ringville interview. I'm like, let's see what happens. We might have something special to add to it. The reason I kept also teasing it, and I could finally say it now, the championship had not arrived till the Friday the before the show.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
That'll put a damper on some things.
Think about again,
Oh my
first
God.
show, all the stress in the world. I'm thinking,
No.
okay. And we're watching just, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? It's somehow in Texas. Okay, that doesn't help me. Then
Oh my God.
till Friday. I think it got to Danny at like noon, and I was like, okay, we're good. As long as you have it, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. And the respect heavyweight title we had for so long. Like
Oh yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous belt.
again, I give credit to Danny. Danny is an amazing just graphic designer, belt designer. He and I again, we have those conversations, and before I know it, he's like, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, oh, "Okay, that works. Let's do it." And he's been the creator of the heavyweight championship, the women's championship, the recently announced fight or flight championship that I can't wait for you guys to see because
Can't wait.
I'm just gonna tease. You might like the color because of the color of your room right now. Just gonna
Love that.
I love my life. This is the best.
we will see. But again, that will be crowned in November.
Oh,
And
I
then there's still
cannot
something
wait.
else we have to look forward to, but that we might save for the new year because we have to kick off something with 2026. So we'll
Love
save
that.
that for later.
You're
Um,
too good at this. You're really, my heart is pounding. Like, I'm so excited.
No, we were so excited to do this interview because we were selfishly just like, I just want to pick his brain. I want to learn.
I
Like,
want the tea. I want to know. I'm trying to get in there. I want to, like, I'm trying to see stuff. But the
yep,
belt,
all good.
the belt design is so cool. And I love the red. Obviously, you are a lover of red, but
Maybe.
maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But the red is so great. Like I just and to me that must be so fun. This is just like whatever, but I just feel like it must be so fun to design a belt for your promotion.
It's again, it's such a surreal feeling. Like
Yeah.
all of this, to me, it's still just very surreal. It's still one of those moments of, oh man, this is for my show. Like I've done it for other people again, promoting, think
Hmm.
video ideas and all that, and then belt designs. I've spoken to a few when it came to that, just giving my 2 cents on, but figuring out, so what do I want?
right.
And
Yeah.
what is it that again describes what I'm trying to look and create? And then just taking those notes from other things, like taking, how do I want this to look? Okay, I really want this to be that Ring of Honor feel, but also not just be a carbon copy. So we took notes from
Mm.
that for the Respect Heavyweight Championship. We took that with the original logo. We took very much notes of Ring of Honor. Also, just enough notes that we don't get a cease and desist because I made sure I passed it to some friends, luckily that I have there. I'm like, hey, just in case. One
Yep.
exec did tell me that they saw my graphic and thought it was theirs. Um,
Ooh,
but I was like, whoops, my
Listen,
bad.
when it's good, it's
I'm,
good.
when it's good, it's good. That's so true.
I'm like,
Sorry,
my
I'm
bad.
good.
We just wanted to create something fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the women's championship, we started going into very much, and again, not knowing that this was coming up as well at the time yet, very much into Joshi style wrestling and going into how they designed their
Mm.
championships and just what that could feel. And again, giving it the difference of we didn't want every title to be the same. So we
Yeah.
want every title to have the same color strap. We wanted it to be different. So the Respect Heavyweight title being red, the women's title being white, the fight or flight title being another color that you might like. I don't know. And then the other titles that might be coming being another color. And just making that stand out as well and just showing just what we can innovate there.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like that makes sense because there's like obviously a huge difference between like I'm actually just ripping this off or versus I'm inspired and influenced. And I
Yes.
feel like, yeah, I feel like especially like again, it's respecting the craft. It's like I'm just respecting the things that like I've always respected that I've loved that I've like really cherished and like influencing my own like energy into it. And like I think there's such a great balance there. And obviously it's working for you because they're sick, they're amazing, and all the designs. I also was curious about because we were also talking about this before. You are from New York, yes?
Yes. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, shout out Brooklyn. But the organization is really like New Jersey. It's very like a New Jersey based organization. So do you have plans of like finagling your way over to New York?
So the goal was one of two places. It
Okay.
was either going to be at the Mecca or it was going to be somewhere here. Um, Unfortunately, well, for the time being, New Jersey is going to be where we reside.
I'm
Just
grateful.
the
Personally, thank God. But
the only reason I say unfortunately is because of I would love it to be a New York based promotion.
of
However,
course.
just as we talked about, the amount of paperwork and hoops and hurdles to be able to run even there are a lot more than people think. It's not as easy as it used to be of cool, I want to run a wrestling show and boom, we're there. Um, at least to do it the right, excuse me, to do it the right way.
Right.
Mhm.
To do it in New York, especially to do it the right way and the legal way and the safe way.
Mm.
There's a lot more you have to do and a lot more to make it truly the show it needs to be. So it's definitely not out of the question to finally run a New York show. The goal is possibly for Respect 2, which would be next July.
Mm.
We will see. We will see if we can make it happen earlier. We would, and we will. If not, July of 2026, you will see a Respect event in New York City.
Love that.
Wow. And I'll be there.
Right. I'm in
No
Philly,
matter
but
where.
I'll
We'll be
travel.
there.
Hey, oh, that hey, we'll talk about that. The goal is to get an event out there as well.
Love it.
We're trying to the goals, especially again as a promotion, we want to be able to take the event from Jersey to New York to Philly to North Carolina to Florida. There's a few places we want to hit
Hmm.
just because of again just what those places mean to professional wrestling. And again,
Right.
respect the craft. It isn't just the podcast name; it's what I truly do, like you said, and just seeing what those places have done for professional wrestling and for the
Yeah.
craft. Yeah, we gotta take it everywhere.
Love it.
So true.
Oh,
Love
that is
that.
so exciting.
Yeah,
Just because
very.
like I'm a Jersey transplant in Philly, and like I just love how much wrestling is just around. So it's a nice change. Like I love Jersey, but I just feel like it's very kind of like it's more spread out, even though Jersey itself is small. Uh, um, but you know what I mean? It's like you either going to like the shore or you're like hitting the tippy top. But like but but Philly is just so prevalent. It's just so in there. Like I just love like the number of just happenstances of wrestling that I just like come across. It's just so lovely.
Yeah. No, again, there's amazing promotions out there. Shout out to PPW has been just a mainstay out there and doing their thing. A
Yeah.
lot of promotions that are lucky to run out of the 2300 arena. That
Right.
is
Yeah.
the dream goal. Like if we can
Hmm.
get there, that would be amazing. If we get somewhere else in Philly, we'll make it work as well.
Hmm.
But it's just, especially in Jersey, I keep making the joke. It's one of those where if you throw a quarter, you're gonna hit at least three promotions.
Mm.
That's also what makes this. It's the interesting part about it. That how do you
Yeah.
stand out in that market? And that's what
Right.
we've tried to do the best on. Of again, we try to use very similar talent to a lot of other places, but the ways we are using them and creating these moments and stories are very different. Like a lot of the match,
Yeah.
even for this card first time ever matches or even matches that people forgot have happened. Like
Hmm.
we have
Mm.
Richard Holiday who's been killing it right now in the independents and doing all
Yep.
these things, but he had already wrestled Darius Carter and people forgot, which I thought was the first time ever when we put together the idea and I do my research for it and it's like, oh wait, no, this happened like 2 years ago.
Well,
Mhm.
then let's remind them.
The funniest thing is when we announced it, it was like it was the first time people were like, oh, we didn't know we needed this. I'm like, well, it is a rematch. I didn't want to
Mhm.
just take credit for it because again,
Hmm.
to respect the promotion that did put it together, ISPW. And both of them also appreciated that we did that because easily I could have just been like, oh, no one remembers. Cool. First time
Yeah.
ever.
Right.
So
But
true.
again, just to respect of the match because it is going to be, even as a rematch, it's going to be one that is going to be crazy.
Yeah, cannot wait for that one. Very excited. Very selfishly, this card is so stacked.
Right.
I'm like, I was like, that's why I'm like, I gotta get my friends in here. I was like, hey, y'all, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to come see this shit, what I get into, because
No,
y'all don't know about
100%.
this, and I need you to come in here. Like, I need you to
Oh
come
no,
over here and see what's going on.
It's one of those that's been the craziest thing I've been told with this show, that it's like, oh man, that first show was stacked, but this one, I'm like, thanks. Like, it's one of those where people are like, oh man, yeah, the first show was like insane, but this one though, it's like you're doing this and this, and I'm like, yeah.
He's like, these are the goals. We're up in it.
But the funny thing is the goal is, yes, every time to get better and get crazier with it. But the opportunities that have come our way though, it's just like, yeah, I didn't expect to be able to say on a card of mine, I have the hit squad.
Right.
Like, and not only
Right.
hit squad, it's one of those where it's the last time the hit squad will reunite.
I know, and getting
Oh,
to tell that story, like that's crazy.
And I joked about it earlier. I'm no one special, no one important to this. And to be able to say that I get to tell that final chapter and that final story uh, with this match, and be able to show just wrestling in general, just how important this is and what they meant to the business. I still haven't even gotten to write my own post about it. Like, I
Hmm.
promoted the match, I put out the video, showed just their insane lineage of just facing every team you could imagine under the sun the hit squad have faced.
Hmm.
But
yeah.
to face for the first time ever a team like Above the Rest, Gabriel Sky, Akira Kwan, who two just very just amazing up and comers that, hell, not even up and comers anymore. Like, they are the now of
Right.
the,
Hmm.
and are just killing it. And to know all four of those men, it's funny because I grew up with Gabe and Kira Kwan. We all came from a very similar building. Not the same
Mm.
school, funny enough, because it was a shared school at one point,
Oh
but
my
we all
God.
came up together at that. And then being able to just know Steve Monster Mac, who I get to the honor of calling a Theo in this business. Like, he's someone that
Yeah.
learned under his just learning tree for so many years. Me and Dan Moff, our history is very interesting. I've gotten beaten up by that man.
I was just gonna say, yeah,
I
you
was
wrestled him. No, right?
I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Let's just say again, I like to do paperwork and I like to make sure I get my way out of things. And one Pete Rosado just didn't read the fine print. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh,
Well,
and unfortunately, this is why Jared Diaz hates me, but it's okay. I now took him, so it's like, are we okay? Are we good?
oh
Uh,
my God.
but it's one of those where even that again, to be able to have their match there and just what that night is going to mean because of that, I could have never expected when I locked in date number two. Like,
And how long, just logistically, I'm so curious. Like, so you announce in December your inaugural match for July.
yeah.
And then you spend that time, you're doing your thing. How long before you start already working on date number two? And like you're already working on date number three, as you have so delightfully teased. So like how like does it all kind of start to happen at once because you're telling a story that kind of has to have a through line, or like I'm just so curious about like the logistics of that.
So logistically speaking, like I said, by last December, we locked everything in by that first week. We had locked in
Okay.
the ring, we had locked everything in, and then started locking in talent. So by the time we could announce the show, some things were already in place where we could just make sure we're all set. Once I had it announced, the card was already in my like it was already put together. Like,
Wow.
that wasn't a joke. It was the original card was set. It was just logistically making sure everyone could be a part of it.
Wow.
Um, and then once we got a little closer to a few months before the show, and I went to put in a deposit for the building to make sure everything is secure, I asked, "Hey, how is November looking?" They gave me the
Mm.
realistic conversation of, "Well, this date's taken, this date's taken. How's this date?" Okay. Put me down for both dates. Not even having show one yet. Nothing is, we're just going through it. And then as show one happened and we saw the reaction toward it, and now announcing show two, cool. I call up the lovely Mecca. Hey, 2026, how's January looking? Cool. Give me the date. Um,
Wow. Oh
and
my
they're
God.
like, let me give you a call back to see if it's available. I'll let you know. Our date was available. Cool. We're gonna do that. We're gonna kick off the new year. Very interesting. Um, and then
Wow.
the plan of when next, we just started talking about this weekend because I do want to keep the ball rolling for 2026. Because the dates are the only thing that's not secure. Everything else,
Mm.
match wise, we know where we want to go with things. We know what that's why I tease by July next year we'll be in New York because the card I want to do should be done in New York. Like,
Heard.
Heard.
so it's one of those where we have that much booked ahead just because of, again, what we want to see done storyline wise, who we want involved by that time, and just where things can progress.
And you really see like
Wow.
your like proficiency at it and the turnaround time between events. You- like is getting less and less. I don't know if you described it, you go like no, you're like July to November. You're like, okay, that's some time to figure some stuff out. But then you go November to January, you go, oh, that's like realistically holidays, no one's available during whatever. Like
Yeah,
it's a quick turnaround.
it's also very much, why did I do this?
Listen,
Like,
you strike me as the kind of person that you end up asking that question a lot, I feel like.
yeah, so much. Like, I'm just like, why did I do the first show? But okay, we're here. And it's one of those where just now creating the dates, I'm like, cool, yeah, we had almost a year to prepare for show one. And then okay, yeah, we gave ourselves maybe 4 months for show two. Yeah, let's do it in 2 months. Let's see what happens. Also, the holidays, New Year's, all that. Sure. And then it's like, okay, then it might be even closer to to the fourth show. It's like, yeah,
I love it.
and we might be on a little bit of a break because of that big thing that's happening in Vegas. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We definitely don't want to run
Me.
against that. And it's that month alone, it's just very difficult to run shows. Like,
Oh, I believe it.
it takes so much precedence that it's like, unless you have the luxury of going there, not the
Correct.
best
Mm.
time to run.
Yeah. I mean,
And
and like
that's
as the beneficiary of Philly, that was great. Now that it's in Vegas, I'm like,
again,
ugh.
the thing too. Like, Philly got hit with so many shows, and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it showcased though how many other venues you guys have, which was
Hmm.
amazing because everyone was just like, okay, how do I get to the 2300 arena first? And just
Yeah.
few
So
people
true.
booked that place, and it's like, well, once the E had it, you're kind of out of luck there. It's like you got
Right.
to find something else.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where, again, just seeing how that is, it's like, yeah, will we be able to do that one day? That's like, okay, cool. Where's Mania? We're going. Maybe
Hmm.
one day. Right now, that's not in the cards and not something that I even want to be like, oh yeah, we could do it by 2 years. I don't know.
Right.
It's one of those where if it's here, maybe like the next time they come to the tri-state again, we might be able to
Right.
now. But for right now, the market is very much do it here, make sure we can build this up the right way, and then we go from there. And still question, why are we doing this again? And throughout the whole time.
I always feel like though when people ask that of themselves, like it I don't know how to explain it, but it gives you almost like a freshness all the time where it's like, and you have to like almost pinch yourself that it's happening and that like keeps it exciting. Because like we say that a lot sometimes, like at my family's business, we'll be like, whoa, like can't believe we made this. That's kind of weird. And we're like 10 years in. So it's like the fact that we still say that it's almost like it still is meaningful. Like it's still meaningful and exciting to do that we still almost question it. Like, whoa, that's fucking weird. Like that's and it's cool. And it makes it like cool and fresh and exciting still. And that's like whenever I talk to people who like have like a passion project like that and they like are always like, I'm always like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing? I'm like, that's how I know you're doing great because like you're still like you love it so much that you're like asking like what am I doing? Oh, okay, cool. Like whatever. I just feel like it adds that zest. You know what I mean?
And it's one of those because, like I said, this also respect is it's funny enough, it's 10 years of doing this, of being around the business and getting to
Yeah.
now just have the pencil. But it's 10 years of working under some amazing minds, getting to learn from everyone that inspired what respect is. That
Yeah.
generation of honor, that generation of just wrestling, getting to learn under the likes of The Amazing Red, Homicide, Low Key, the Hit Squad. Like this isn't name
Yeah.
dropping to name drop. This is who I've luckily just been able to be around, like getting to have connections with guys that I never thought that it's like I get to talk to them and get to pick their brains. Like Sammy Callahan just texting me, "Hey, change your YouTube description." Like, why is it that? Like, brother, you gotta work the match name better. Like, just make it like I'm like, sorry, and
Okay.
like
Edit.
it's like running that and just getting to really again question. I'm here, okay, um, like, and it's one of those because it's that 3-year-old kid being like, we did it. Okay, this is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, we just had our first kind of moment like that. We like had the privilege of interviewing Raven for his like upcoming documentary thing, and we were like, who let us do like the episode after we like who let us
Who
do
let us
that?
do that?
Like,
Why? And we're so stupid normally. Like on the show anyway, like we're just like so silly, haha. And then we were like, good evening. We are here. And I was like, we ended and I was like, they
who?
let us do that? That was weird. And like I'm so happy about it, but I was like, holy shit, that was
And
unattended and crazy.
but it's those best moments, trust me.
Yeah,
It's
my
those
God.
where, tr- again, just always be genuine, be yourselves. Like
Mhm.
that's what gets you to those places because a lot of those places just see that and it's like, okay, cool, they're not robotic. Like
Right.
Yeah.
that's another reason why Respect the Craft became a thing because I never wanted it to just be and copy and paste conversation with this person and this person.
Hmm.
Mm.
Like the first few months, I had questions lined up, and then I threw my notebook away because I'm like,
Mm.
it doesn't make sense. The only question I kept repeating was, "So what does a craft mean to you?"
Right.
And then,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Alex Shelley made me now think of things because he's like, "Oh, this is you got 20 minutes, make it count," and it's like, "Oh, I gotta think about this now." And then it just incorporated in. Now I want to keep asking people, so what match defines you?
Right.
Trust me,
Mm.
how that makes wrestlers just think because now it's like it
Just
gets
I gotta pick one.
yeah,
Right.
and that's the thing. As depending on the conversation, it's like, well, we still have some time. Pick a few. Like, let's
Right.
get that, and just
Yeah.
hearing them and the thought process they get into, and it just makes it so genuine. Because it's one of those where you want to just have that conversation. Like I saw again, you guys killed that episode too with Raven.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
Thank you.
it's such a just thing of when you see people just having fun and getting to be in the moment and just be there. It's the best thing. It's why I miss doing the podcast sometimes. Like I said,
Yeah.
after so many episodes, I'm like, well, everyone else now gets to just they're doing their thing. Let's let the platform be. Um, and then this week I'm like, you know what? I might have to bring it back.
I
Yeah.
could
I'm saying.
put more on the plate. I love it.
And that's the problem that it's like,
I
yeah,
know.
not me just like, yeah, we have this show, we still have to do this. Because I also I've talked about it. I do my own video editing. So it's like
Yeah.
I feel ya.
it's like to then have to worry about, okay, yeah, we then also have to put out podcast content and all that.
Mm.
It's yeah,
No,
well,
I understand. I get it. My one of my day jobs is I work on other people's podcasts and all of
oh,
that. So like there comes a point like in the day where it's like if I look at one more clip or like just even if it's my own stuff and I'm like this is great. I love it.
It's
And I
worse when
love this
it's your own
show.
stuff.
I love to talk about it. But like I'll just be like so like at the end of editing other people's things, I'm just like, "Oh God."
so the funny, and I have to ask you guys this because maybe it's just me. When you watch your own content,
Mm.
can you actually listen to your voice?
It's so hard for
Yes
me.
and no. Yes
Okay.
and
It's
no.
so hard for me.
I I tend to pick like the clips that make if I can watch back and it still makes me go like hee, then I'll pick those. So normally I can like watch them. I can like usually like just be like, okay, cool. But the long form stuff gets a little rough.
And yeah,
That's
I'm
what
so afraid of repeating myself like during the show. So I always watch the episode because I don't want to say the same thing all the time.
gotcha.
And I'll put it on while I'm at work and I'll just be like, Like sometimes it's hard. Like, but it's the two of us having a conversation, and like, thank God, we've been friends for 100 years. So,
Right.
it's us, the two of us having a conversation. But sometimes I'm like, "Eh." But you got to do it because I don't want to just be doing the same dumb stuff every week. I try.
It's why I went from, because I used to do very just edited podcasts, and then I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it live. Let's see what happens. And
Yeah,
it's just because I couldn't listen to my voice back. I'm just like,
I
no.
get it.
Like, the
Mm.
conversation would be good because it'd be the other person telling their story, and I'm just like, why did I talk? Let
Oh, I really feel that.
like
Oh,
because I have to listen back to be able to get again those clips and certain moments. And also, as I was practicing commentary, having to listen back to my voice to pick
Oh
up
yeah.
by repeating
God
this,
bless you.
doing that, and it's like, and now it's like I almost do the same with my show. At first, I was scared to watch it back. I
Mm.
knew how critical I would be,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, well, we have to do it eventually. And I'm like, I'll do it probably the week after. Because again, my birthday was that week. I'm not gonna. Nope. My family's like, we're watching it today because we're all together now.
Mm.
Yeah, we gotta.
No. I'm like,
No,
we
No.
just
please.
went through this. You guys saw it yesterday. You were there.
You were there.
We want to hear your thoughts. I'm like, cool.
No.
And just
Cool.
break down my show in front of my family. I'm like, did you guys see any of that like I did? No, didn't think so.
I love
Got
that.
it.
I just want to say that I would love to watch that. Like, I would love to watch you watch your show. You do like the director cut, like, or not the director cut, but like the commentary that they release, and
And
it's
can
like
I
the bonus feature. I
can I
would
just
I would
say
eat that up.
she did not watch wrestling 3 years ago, and now she wants to watch you watch wrestling.
I commend you guys because hey, making a fan where we get that love for it is amazing. Like
Yeah,
it is,
that is so
it's
funny.
our wacky world that we're in, and it's one of
Mhm.
those where anyone that's willing to watch this and just have that passion for it, hey, it's easier to just praise that than unfortunately sometimes seeing the fandom because our fandom is very crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny though, because
I'm
I
always
like
just like, why
it.
are we beefing? I was like, sometimes I was just like, why are we picking sides? I thought I just like wrestling. I want to watch all the
I
wrestling.
do too.
that's all it is. I always say, cool, you don't like this style of wrestling? There is another 30 flavors. I always say
Th-
wrestling's like Baskin Robbins. There's 31 flavors of it.
Thank
There's
you.
so many styles of wrestling. Even like I had this conversation the other day on a podcast because they asked me, would I do deathmatch or would I do intergender or would I do this? Like,
Mm,
if it calls for it, I respect isn't just one style of wrestling. It
Right.
isn't. That's also why I said I'm like, yes, did I take notes from Ring of Honor? Yes, but I also am not just doing technical wrestling.
Hmm.
I'm not just
yeah.
doing pure wrestling. I'm also doing where there's a reason why I created Fight or Flight because we have so many styles of wrestling that we're now just going to put together in one match, which could also lead to so many other opportunities. Like this show, it's a scramble. For the next show, could lead to something else. Fight or Flight isn't defined by just one thing. And I feel like wrestling shouldn't be either. This is why I call it a craft because it's a true art form. Art isn't just subjective to one thing. It can be
Hmm.
to the artist's interpretation, what they create, what they want to create. And when I see that argument of, oh, this isn't wrestling to me, or this is like, but that's exactly it. It's not to you.
Right.
Wrestling is so different when we look at even different styles from back in the day. What ECW did to what WCW did to what the
Hmm.
WWF was doing to what TNA eventually did to what Ring of Honor did. There's so many variations of it that it's like wrestling can be defined by so many things and it will always change because as the time moves on, like
Right.
what
It's
Yeah.
ever evolving. There is like there has to be a reason that it has stuck around from like the Carney days. Like it has to have evolved. Like
So true.
and and when we can sit back and like logically be like yeah, we like get it. But we boy, when we love something sometimes we like sense goes out the window.
So
Like,
it's
true.
supposed to do almost because it's the reason. Oh, apologies. She got really passionate about that.
Mhm.
It's one of those where it's exactly that. We're so passionate by this and it creates that reaction from us.
So
And it's
true.
supposed to because it's such a interesting fandom and just interesting just art form, but it's also a sport. So that's why
Right.
it just creates that love and like, oh, I really just I'm blinded by it.
Hmm.
It's also, and again, not to break the fourth wall too much, which I've already done a few times, we're supposed to create the illusion.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
what wrestling is. And that's one of those things where I think that's why I finally picked up the pencil when I finally understood. Also, this is how we make that magic happen. Okay.
Yeah.
And here we go. Like
Wow.
that's
Wow.
once you can get that and you understand what that means to do, it's such a different landscape of what wrestling is. Even watching wrestling now, my mindset has changed so much that I'm looking at it and I'm like, I still
Where's
get
this
to enjoy.
going?
I still get to enjoy, and it's like, trust me, I'm gonna be crying my eyes out on December 13th when I see John Cena retire.
Right.
However, I'm gonna be watching the rest of the show like, oh, so they're doing this because of that, and this might go here, and this could go. Like that's where my head's
Mm.
at. But
Hmm.
when that last match happens, I'm turning that off.
Right.
Just need to be a fan for that one moment.
Well, and
Yeah.
even then, it's like it doesn't go anywhere. There is nowhere to go after this. You know what I mean? There is nothing left to do but enjoy it. Um,
That's true too.
because and like he just very much so seems like he when he's done, I feel like he's done. So, um,
It's one of those where for that, like, I feel like he legitimately just means he's done with the in ring because
right.
no one's ever done with this business.
No, 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 no.
The amount
Ew.
of times when I stopped training and I said, that's it, this just wasn't for me and this couldn't work out. I walked away, came back 4 months later.
Right.
And last year, unfortunately, like I think this is the part that not many people know, and I'll explain it here because why not? We got deep. Kelsey wanted a deep conversation. We're
Mhm.
gonna
I did.
last May, I unfortunately get a bad virus and just bacteria in my blood.
Mm.
I am told the time I went to the hospital, if I didn't come maybe 10 minutes sooner, we're not having this conversation right
It's crazy.
Oh my
now. And
God.
it's one of those where you just you have to just be like, you know what? Let's go through with it.
Right.
Let's
Wow.
do this. Like let's and it's one of those where I said, yeah, I'm done. I wasn't doing bookings, I wasn't doing commentary. I'd pulled away from all my obligations. And my friends knew. My friends were knowing what was going on and everything. And I'm like, we're done. I finally am home. Not even 2 days later. Hey, do you think you could do commentary for this show? Because we need someone. Okay, what's called time?
Oh my God.
Of course. Again, why are we doing this?
It's funny because that leads to me being the lead commentator at one of the main companies I work for now, Titan Championship Wrestling.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
many just different gigs with them and different stints. This led to from that show on, I kept doing commentary for them.
Wow.
Well, that's
Oh
insane.
my God.
And it really is like, okay, well, if the difference is 10 minutes, it's like, okay, well, now I gotta get it done. Now I gotta get it
It's
moving.
it's one of those where it's like it just shows you how the business is. That it's like even in moments like that where you're like, that's it, we're writing it off.
Hmm.
Something that's going to bring you back to it in some way. And
Right.
like I said, this journey has been so different. And with him, I can imagine his journey of doing everything. Uh,
Right.
he again, the in ring will be again done, but we will see John Cena around wrestling.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't doubt that. He loves it too much. He really does. And you can tell just based on like the calling his shots as
Yeah,
now he's like at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have the matches I want to have." And they've been,
he should. Like, why would
"Oh,
you not? If you have that power and have that much, like,
do it."
why not? That AJ match, man.
Killed. Oh my God. That was insane. It was so good. Have you? I don't know if you've seen it, but you should.
I've seen because I dip in here and there. It's hard not being on Instagram, and also it's hard like looking things up without getting spoilers. So like sometimes like I like Xavier will send me things and like because the
Oh,
element of
I
surprise
tried.
is
I
still my
also.
favorite thing.
So we're like making our way through the Attitude Era. So I'm still like kind of shielding her from like big things as much as I can.
But
So
there's the stuff I don't know, and people will be like, "How did you not know that?" I'm like, I
well, it's
have just got
30-year-old
here.
tea. People aren't always just like talking about all the minutia, you know what I
It's
mean?
true,
So
yeah.
like but sometimes like once we were at like a vintage like wrestling store and someone started talking
Oh,
about
the Montreal
the
Screwjob, but
Montreal
I hadn't
Screwjob
seen it
before
yet.
she knew anything about it. I
Oh,
was like, we need to evacuate
Xavier's like,
the space
walk
now.
away. And I'm like, oh my God, ran.
It's so good.
have you seen it since?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah.
We're in 98 now.
Yeah.
So
Miss him. Miss him a lot.
When in 98? Do you happen to
we're
know?
about to get we're about to watch Unforgiven. So that's the like Inferno match that pay-per-view.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's Dude
who
Love and Austin is the main event.
yeah, Austin just became world champion for the first time
Yeah, yeah.
against
Vince.
Shawn Michaels, who is has left for his back injury.
The only reason I was looking it up because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still not born yet at that match.
Isn't
Oh
that
my God,
crazy?
it's
No,
wild.
because we like when we just passed like April or whatever. My birthday's in April, and I was like, so I was the ripe old age of 4 when this happened.
Yeah.
So I as much as I like to be like, I know I have seen this before, I'm also just like some of this I'm clearly misremembering, and
What I love about it too, like I said, I started watching three-ish, and I always say I probably watched it younger, but it's like three I can remember watching.
right,
Hmm.
And it's like even then, it's like when I rewatch stuff, I'm like, I don't remember it like that.
right.
And,
Yeah.
but that's the best part of rewatching and to re-see
Mhm.
a whole different perspective now of understanding this and seeing where this then leads to. It's like, oh, it's so different, you know?
Yeah. And I like will think he'll remember things and something will be happening I don't like, and I'll be like, I don't remember. I was 4. I'm like, somehow this feels like your fault. And like, you should have told me.
It's
And he's
always
like,
a friend that sends it to you. That's why, like, I remember when Xavier asked, "Hey, send us a match," and I'm like, "Oh, what's a good one?" That okay, here you go.
Oh my
And then I
God.
rewatched it today because I was like, just in case, and I'm like, "Oh, there could have been so much of a better Chris Hero match I could have
no.
sent."
I'm
No,
like,
it the way because we've been in like communication for like it was buried in there. Even just finding your email address, I was like, we're in there, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I know I got to
Um,
get back on Instagram just for the DMs. I feel like I'm missing out on so much
No,
wrestler tea.
like I said, you are so lucky you're not because as now the promoter me, my DMs are just, hey brother, hey this, getting
mhm.
tagged in this, doing this, and I'm like, oh, I missed peace and quiet. Like I was
Mm,
a few times for the podcast, but now it's just like, and then
endless.
just like that, certain things are just buried that I'm like, oh, I did say I would do this or
Right.
this. Like this, I knew. Like I even checked because I looked it up last night. And I'm like, I feel like the podcast is coming up. And then you guys tagged me, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I knew it was coming up.
Yay.
There we
Thank
go.
God.
I'm like, oh no. Like I'm like, that's the worst part about this, just because of everything else going on. My head's like, I know I agreed to do a podcast, but when is it again?
Oh my God.
Amen. Oh,
Yeah.
amen. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I am so grateful in your insanely busy schedule that you made time to talk to us, because like I said, I was really looking forward to this conversation because like I just feel like, especially even talking about like the storytelling aspect of it, I just feel like because you look at wrestling that way, I was like, and which is the way that I love to look at it, I was like, I just feel like the mental like chess game and the writing and the storytelling, there's something about a pencil metaphor in there, like how it just all comes together. And I was like, oh God, like I just know this is it's really gonna feed me. So thank you so much for
Oh,
coming.
thank you. And again, that also it's I forgot to even mention it earlier. With Anthony Gangone. Like he is, I've said it on so many platforms, all that. That is my best friend, but it's also we made the joke about it, but he really is, he is my mentor. Like
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
guy has shaped so much of how I view wrestling as well, because he does the same. Like he's very much very big on storytelling, being able to give those beats and arcs of everything. even from the way he portrays his character. Like you will see, you guys get to see it in person on November 14th, just how Dr. Sleep is and just how
Mhm.
psychological he gets in there. Even with his promo coming up that we talked about a little bit, and it's one of those where it's making again that magic trick happen and just
Oh,
making you fall into that. Oh, I now need to see what happens next. Okay.
oh,
Mm.
I love that. Um, as we're coming up on time soon, but is there a having the pencil, is there a match that you are most looking forward to just seeing play out? I know you
That,
know, but is
that's
there one that you're just like excited to like as a fan, you want to sit down and
oh,
watch?
that's hard. That's I finally get to answer this question like that. It's like picking children. It's like
No,
this
I know.
so difficult. Like it's one of those where again, just because of what these things mean now, and just again,
Hmm.
I could easily answer any of the title matches. Just getting to
Right.
see uh Sammy Chaos versus Lena Cross, two just
Mm.
amazing women getting to just kill it all over the world. Like Sammy currently in Japan and Lena who's done so much in Japan, in Australia, and just all over the world. But then Anthony Gangone defending the heavyweight title against Kevin Blackwood, who I always say it's the funniest story of it's a Buffalo kid from the East Coast killing it in the West Coast and finally getting a title shot over here. It's one of those where it's like we finally make it happen.
Yeah.
But then also like we have a breakthrough division match with the Golden Glovers taking on the
Oh, they're great.
Kings.
Sorry.
And no, it's I that's what we want. We want them just to get that light out there.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that to me, it's so important for so many reasons that I can't even explain. Like it's matches like that that it's insane to put on a card like this that is main evented by Hit Squad and Above the Rest. But then
Crazy.
also we have again crowning a new champion for Fight or Flight with Akira and Ahmed and Andre Paulino and Junie Underwood, Malik Delvante, all talent that should be getting that showcase and getting that light. And just again, talent that's just been doing it so much and just on different levels. A match we just promoted before we started this interview. We had Project Mayhem, Smiley and Eden, who are killing it as well, taking on Absolute Greed. This is a little more of a grudge match because they both faced off on show one. We do that storytelling of, hey, what happens when there's no one else in there? Because last time, Absolute Greed almost pinned Matt Awesome. And could that be the difference maker of now?
Hmm.
And then we talk about that. Jared Diaz, he was in tag then. He's a little pissed off and now he wants to be showcased. He's taking on Griffin McCoy. Card subject to change, however, because after today, that match might have gotten a little bigger. We'll be announcing that in the next few days.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
God.
it's so many other things that could happen and possibly are happening and what can lead to January, won't say when. And just what that also means for
Hmm.
going into that. I will say we will be announcing what date in January, the night of the show. So if you guys want to find
Yes.
out, you got to be
Sorry.
there. You want to get your tickets, tinyurl.com/ RTC no escape. But to not cheat your question here, because I love how I did what everyone usually does when I ask stuff like this on the podcast. I'm like, now I finally get to do that. And just let's everything before we
Oh, it's perfect. It was great timing.
let's just plug it all for the last like 2 minutes that we have.
Love it.
But no, if I do have to pick that one matchup to just it's my just I'm gonna be watching as a fan has to be the Hit Squad versus Above the Rest. Like it's the main event, which also figuratively means I finally get to just sit down and watch with all of you guys. Like I
Yeah.
show the main event, I'm just like, cool. Production has it. You guys are good. Everyone's good. Cool. I'm just gonna go watch them.
Love that.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the same that night because it's just I know everyone's coming to see the send off in one better way than just grab a chair, grab a cold one by then, and just enjoy.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it. Any final questions, Kelsey?
No, I'm just like, wow, you're so good at this because I literally was like, yes. Like I'm
So hype.
I'm so psyched.
All right, guys.
Y'all gotta pull up at the Mecca on November 14th. Please. Doors are at 7. Bell is at 8. No escape. It's gonna be like y'all heard the card. I don't even have to say anything. Like just bring your friends, pull up. It's so fun. The community at the Mecca is so, we say this every time. Like, I love it there so much. Everyone who's there is just the nicest, coolest, most fun people ever. Pull up. It's so much fun. We will be there. I cannot wait.
We're bringing
It's
our
just,
friends. So
we're bringing our friends. I'm so excited, and it's going to be such an amazing show. And thank you so much for letting us pick your brain. Like, this was such an amazing conversation, and to like just I'm giving you all the flowers. Like, you just have
mhm.
such an incredible mind for wrestling, and like getting to pick your brain was very inspirational for me to just like put you on the spot in that way. Sorry. But like so inspirational to me, like just everything you have going. I'm just so happy for you and happy for your promotion. And this has just been the best. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank,
Sorry
thank
to just put you on the spot,
No,
but I had to
it's
say
all
it.
good. I thank you guys so much for having me. This has been a blast again. I could talk here for hours, but I
Me
truly
too.
appreciate you guys for having me and letting me talk about this crazy thing here. And just anytime you guys want to pick my brain, I'm always around. The DMs are open. When you do finally get back on
Yep.
on Instagram,
Yep. And I'll be
uh,
there. I
I'm
got questions.
oh yeah, we didn't hit them all. But thank
all
you so much, guys. This has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Make sure if you find yourself in New Jersey, if you haven't gonna find yourself, please make your way there. Make your way there. Respect Wrestling is going to be on November 14th at the Mecca. Doors are at 7, bell is 8. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for Kelsey and Ray Sanchez. We'll see you later.
We'll see you there.